It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, the goal tonight is clear, figuring out a way to solidify some momentum. Coming into this game, they've struggled, just 2-8 over their last 10. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny,
that battery in your back.
what are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh,
Excellent point.
Thank you,
man.
Ernie.
That's actually you need to speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in
Harlan.
fast motion here.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. Take a look at the 76ers. You know, it's getting pretty urgent for them, fellas, during this losing streak, going without a win in their last 6 games.
Yeah, and they're going through right now one of those situations that's just difficult to deal with. Doubt begins to really creep in when the losses continue to mount, and then you can have splintering, which doesn't help the situation.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Sixers coach Brett Brown says that Philadelphia reminds him of his hometown of Boston. He said the city has tremendous pride. The city wants winners. It's a tough, no-nonsense city. Nobody's sugarcoating anything. And I love that because you can just tell it like it is. My responsibility is to produce a team that plays hard. Guys?
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique. And these teams have both been struggling, Chris, of late. Looking for any win they can get right now, trying to get some scraps.
Yeah, these teams are fighting for just a little momentum. Sometimes you just need to get the snowball rolling just to knock down one domino, and that's what these guys need to do tonight. Some way, pull and find a win that can galvanize that locker room, start a little bit of chemistry, and see if they can get on the roll.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Embiid is out there with Saric. And it's Fultz in at the point. Now here's Redick. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid the screen. And a wide open look for Simmons. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Simmons got the opening bucket of the night here for Philadelphia. Done with it. Lopez kicks to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Feeds to Levine. And it's done in the corner. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. Fultz kicks to Saric. Gets a very good look and converts.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Dunn passes to Holiday. Lopez kicks to Dunn. The dish to Markkanen. Pass to Dunn. Fires from deep. They grab their own miss. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And Redick kicks to Simmons. Now here's Fultz. D right on him. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And even when the D is right up on him, Fultz can still get it done. Isn't afraid to shoot amongst the trees.
Now here's Dunn. An 11-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
Kevin, and he was nasty on defense as well with 4 big steals on the night.
Levine for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And they can breathe a little easier on their 4th shot. They finally hit the target.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against Milwaukee.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment.
Now Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Good on the shot. Levine's got 5 now.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Redick. He's coming off a 25-point game against Oklahoma City.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately he signs with the 76ers on a huge 1-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him. Great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
The free throw drops for Redick. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Holiday against Redick. The shot by Holiday, no good. The 76ers lead it. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. Embiid the screen. And Simmons kicks to Sharch. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Now here's Dunn. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Now here is Holiday. D right on him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Left side, Sharch shoots over Markkanen, and it's Sharch that time on the assist by Simmons. Sharch has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Lopez a screen on Simmons. Levine kicks to Markkanen. Over Sharch. Markkanen good.
And how about that stroke from mid-range by Markkanen? The 7-footer with a deadly jumper. That's like a defense's worst nightmare.
Now here's Fultz. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. Outside, Redick. To the paint. Here's Simmons. No good on that one. Good D by Lopez. Chicago trailing here. And Levine, here we go. Here's Markkanen. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Markkanen absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
Now here's Redick. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. From the stripe, Embiid. And Embiid is right there.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered closely. Can't hit from the low block. 76ers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. To the inside. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, how about the concentration by the 6'10" Simmons? Ridiculously good at completing these chances despite the D's best efforts.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
And that one misses. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10" or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change. Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
At 7 feet tall, Lopez makes dunking look easy. Once he's close to the bucket, forget about it.
Fultz dishes to Saric. Now here's Fultz. Defense is right there. Here's Simmons. Up and in on the layup. Simmons got 6 points.
The game is just getting going, and he's already 3 for 4. That's definitely a good sign.
And here is Dunn. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Markkanen. And the Bulls, another 3.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
And here are the Bulls now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. He feeds it to Dunn. Outside, Levine. And stolen by Simmons. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Second shot opportunity. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Holiday goes in. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Saric. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, you know, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, you know, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you know, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, you know, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to re-enter the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. More fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging guys.
Now, here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. Now Anderson. Floats one up. Felicio with a rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
He misses the free throw. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
Whoa, an unfruitful trip to the line. He's typically consistent from there.
McConnell kicks to Bayless. Back to McConnell. Down low. Here's Covington. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Covington's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Grant. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
The 76ers leading. Here's Bayless. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Johnson the screen. Goes up from the top of the key. Misses off the right iron.
Well, defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Here's Valentine. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Bulls.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan is arguably the best player that's ever laced them up, and Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards, and then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance. And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
Here's Felicio. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Screen by Grant. Here's Nwaba. Bayless covering. Here's Grant. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. McConnell with it. He kicks it to Bayless. There's 1:38 left here in the opening quarter. Off the screen and off the front iron, and in it goes.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Grant outside. Passes it to Nwaba. Here's Felicio. He's guarded by Johnson. Portis. The Bulls keep it alive. Here's Grant. A beautiful reverse layup. Grant's got his second basket.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
1:03 left to play in the first. And Bayless kicks to McConnell. He dishes it to Anderson. The pass to Covington. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Johnson the screen. Shot off the screen. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Anderson's got his first basket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Felicio. Defended by Covington. And it's Nwaba missing. Philadelphia leading by 7. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Anderson. No dice from the high post.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 7. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
Taking a look at the 76ers, T.J. McConnell is out there with Jared Bayless. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Johnson in at the 5, roaming the paint. McConnell kicks to Bayless. Dishes to Anderson. It's Covington on the wing. Johnson the screen. And here's Anderson for three. Connects from three-point range. Anderson's got 5.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him.
Here's Mwaba. Here's Portis. Makes it off the glass.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just effort points.
And here's McConnell. And Bayless kicks to Anderson from 11 feet away. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Anderson's got 5 points in the quarter. Now Grant. The feed now to Valentine. Johnson with the block.
Oh, the rim protection from Johnson. One more thing that makes him special.
To the wing on the left. There's Bayless with the 3. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Valentine, and he lays it straight in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
McConnell kicks to Bayless. Anderson outside. Johnson the screen. There's a good screen. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Grant. Bulls trail by 6. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know or his expectations, never played with them. So, no, I never saw it coming.
Here is Bayless after the Bulls pick up 2. It's rebounded by Portis.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, and you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Now here's Grant. Fader on the way, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And completely uncovered, but just to make sure, he puts a little fade on that jumper.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
A long and tiring game, made worse, obviously, by the fact they ended up in the second overtime falling short, which can be a real morale killer.
Well, some big men in the league who are just superb at swatting away balls. Guys that you think right now are the best rim protectors, Chris, in the league.
Well, I think there's 3, and it's a no-brainer with these 3. I think one of the most intimidating, or the most intimidating, you have to go to DeAndre Jordan. He is the most athletic big man I've ever seen in my time in playing basketball. And with his length and his size, he can get up and block a shot quick. He can even get out there and guard some guards. We've seen him move laterally. Hassan Whiteside, this big fella has really improved his game, is really focused, gotten better in the offseason, and it's not something crazy to see him have a 10-block game. So I love seeing him. And then Rudy Gobert, we've seen him come on and become that inside dominant force for the Utah Jazz. So those 3 to me, really don't have one that stands out, but those 3 to me are the best on the defensive end when we're talking about big men defenders.
Dunn passes to Holiday. Lopez kicks to Dunn. They set the pick. Lopez a screen. Kick out to Levine. Here's Holiday. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. The 76ers leading by 5. Fultz dishes to Simmons. Charge a screen on Levine. Here's Simmons. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Levine. He had 31 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he also drew a lot of fouls, forcing the defense to react to his aggressive style of play.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Here's Saric. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and his offense fueled him on D2. He was more than a handful on that end, piling up the steals.
And Levine, here we go.
And you got to like the vision for marking it. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Here's Fultz. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. No good from 11 feet.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Some solid defense from Saric.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Embiid with a screen on Levine. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Dunn passes to Holiday. Lopez, a screen on Redick. Holiday dishes to Levine, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Holiday.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Over in the corner, Fultz. They get it back. Embiid. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late,
shot, gentlemen,
but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
Levine with it. He's got 7. And Holiday has it in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc. Holiday's got 5 points so far.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely. Here's Simmons. That one a little long.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Levine kicks to Dunn. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Now just a 3-point Philadelphia lead. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. The shot by Saric, no good. Now Chicago has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Levine passes to Lopez. Levine kicks to Dunn. Lopez a screen. Pass to Markkanen. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's foul number 2 for him.
And trying to be the first one to get his hands on the miss. Instead, he's called for over the back.
There's nothing malicious about that play. Just isn't in a good spot and can't recover.
Now here's Fultz. Kicks it to Embiid. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
And really not much else you can do against Simmons. That close to the cup. This guy just too clever.
Lopez sets a screen for Levine. Feeds to Lopez. And Holiday has it in the corner. Jacks up a 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Now here's Redick. And here is Simmons, 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 17. The shot by Redick, no good. Bulls trail by 5. And Holiday kicks to Levine. That 3 off the mark.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Now here's Fultz. Defense right on him. And it's Simmons penetrating. Now the dish to Embiid. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers. And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
From 18 feet away, tips it up. Redick dishes to Simmons. And at last, they get one to fall. Simmons got 4 this quarter. Markkanen. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, how about the focus there by Markkanen? Terrific at keeping his eyes on the basket, not letting the D affect his rhythm.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Grant in for Dunn. Philadelphia also making some changes. Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Simmons, and Jared Bayless subbed in for J.J. Redick. That free throw good for Markkanen. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
And here are the Bulls now, following the missed shot by Dario Saric. Portis in the post. Johnson on him. Nice shot by Portis.
Well, he struggled out of the gate, but now he's really cooking in the second quarter.
Pass to Bayless. He feeds it to Saric. Johnson the screen. Saric up top. 6 points for him. They get it again. Johnson can't get it to go.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Snatched up. Second chance shot. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. And it's 13 points for Lauri Markkanen.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Fultz the pass to Anderson. Johnson sets the screen for Anderson. They swipe it. Stolen by Anderson. That shot off. It's all tied in Chicago. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. Some struggles for Chicago in the first quarter. We saw them with a striking lack of effort on the defensive end. They allowed an opposing field goal percentage of 60%. They came out in the second quarter with a lot more energy and with some nice offensive stretches and were able to even things up before the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives him. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Lauri Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
Well, it comes down to talent, comes down to hustle. He's shown both in a big way so far.
The Bulls shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Then there's Dunn, then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Holiday in at the 2-guard. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following the three-point basket by Chicago. Simmons against LaVine. Clock at 6. That one good for 2. 8 points for Dario Saric.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now, here's Dunn. The wide open look here for Holiday. Holiday with another miss. The 76ers trailing. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Fultz. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And LaVine, here we go. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. The 76ers in second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Akeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life. And so I really loved the fact that I had to be my best every night or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night. And, you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey, man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
Now, here's Fultz. Now Embiid. Here's Saric. It's deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Here's Dunn. Lopez. He's off on that one. Good D by Embiid. Puts it up. The 76ers with another miss.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
LaVine kicks to Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Saric. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
First free throw is good. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Lopez with the steal. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Dunn, wide open, he fires, goes back up, and the nice bucket inside from Lopez. Lopez has got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Screen by Sharch. He kicks to Simmons. Clock at 6 from 11 feet away. Here's Embiid, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, the big story from the Bulls last offseason was trading Jimmy Butler. It had to be. He had strife with the front office, problems with players. Both sides seem to want to move on.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Felicio comes in for Markkanen, and David Nwaba subbed in for LaVine. And he can't hit the second. Well, Chris, as you said, the strength of this Bulls team last season came from Wade and Butler. And speaking of Wade, what better a player to act as a mentor for this team than Dwayne Wade?
Well, it's hard to get fair value for a guy like Butler. It was clear that Chicago needed to mix things up. Now, LaVine, I really like his game. He can really help this team. And they, Markkanen, that's decent.
They set the pick. Here's Redick, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Redick's got his second basket of the game. Dunn kicks to Felicio. Passes it to Nwaba. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Bulls moving the ball around. Dunn shot's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. McConnell kicks to Covington. In the corner, Simmons with it. Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Bulls have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
One shot.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise. Always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make. A moment to check out Robin Lopez here. Just an incredible month of basketball. Putting up about 10 points a night, 12 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And I'm not sure he can play any better than he has. I mean, surprising a lot of people with his play here of late.
Absolutely. And now the question is, can he build from this? Or will he regress back to the mean? You know, we'll see.
The shot by McConnell, no good. Chicago leading by 11. Here's Holiday. 12 points for him. Lopez with the bucket. Lopez has got 8 points.
Well, it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
McConnell with it. Outside, Redick. Now here's Simmons. He dishes it to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 5 here tonight.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
And here is Dunn. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Holiday. From the baseline. Great D that time from Redick. The 76ers trail by 11. Covington wide open. He fires. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Chicago. They're on an 18-7 run. Holiday, the pass to Felicio. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Simmons got it back down to single digits for Philadelphia. Now done. They set the pick. Can't cash in from close range.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Redick for 3. Here's Simmons, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats. And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And the first one drops. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday. And it's Grant in for Chris Dunn. The Bulls leading by 7. They set the pick. Grant kicks to Nwaba. Back to Grant. Over Simmons. That one off the back iron and out. Philadelphia has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Justin Anderson comes in for Simmons. And Jared Bayless subbed in for J.J. Redick. Here's McConnell. And the pass to Bayless. To the inside. Here's Johnson. It's tipped. Grant, right side. To the middle. Got a piece of it. This is to Valentine. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Bulls have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Two shots.
That's good from Valentine.
The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
So he gets them both. With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history, Chris, of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been proactive in shaking things up. Not easy, but they are committed to change right now.
Now, here's McConnell. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The 76ers #1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
The first one falls.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Grant. He's got 6. There's the pick. Pass to Felicio. Over to the left wing. Grant outside. Got a piece of it. Now here's McConnell. He's covered by Grant. Out left to the wing. Picked his pocket. Portis, the pass to Grant. Johnson with the defensive effort. The 76ers trail by 7. Anderson wide open. The 76ers again can't hit it. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Passed in Nwaba. Knocked away. Grant kicks to Valentine. Over Anderson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
The 76ers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. And he knocks down the first one.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
The 76ers making a switch here. Sharge is checked in. And he makes both free throws. Here's Grant. He has 6. And there's the feed to Valentine. Screen by Grant. Nwaba kicks to Portis. Passes it to Nwaba. That shot no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way.
He hasn't been able to sink anything really. His team still leads, but it's unclear if he will find his game by the time this one ends.
Chicago leading by 3. Grant with the ball. Now the pass to Nwaba. Kicks it to Valentine. Screen by Grant. Pass to Portis. Got a hand on it. Now here's Saric. He's got 8. Screen by Saric. Now here's Bayless. D right on him. 6 to shoot. Here's McConnell, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Grant the pass to Nwaba, and stolen by McConnell. And now the 76ers on the break. Feeds it to Anderson. Johnson the screen, and Anderson kicks to Šarić. To the inside, Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Stays with it, and Johnson able to finish the play. That's just outstanding.
So for the Bulls, Markkanen comes in for Felicia, and Zach LaVine subbed in for David Nwaba. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Fultz, he's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Grant kicks to Valentine. Here's Portis. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's LaVine. An easy 2 points on the layup. LaVine's got 4 points in the quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
Here's Fultz after the made shot from Zach LaVine. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
And how about the quick fire release of Fultz? It is difficult to guard. You know he's thinking about shooting as the pass is coming his way.
Here's Portis. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. LaVine against Anderson.
And this is why defensively you can't afford to let LaVine get to the rim. Too much explosiveness.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Šarić. 8 points for him. And Anderson kicks to Šarić. Screen by Šarić. The dish now to Fultz for the lead. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Grant. His last 10 games, he's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential, but it's raw. He needs to keep refining that skill set.
Dishes it to Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. No good from Grant.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
LaVine against Anderson. The rebound by Grant. Chicago leading. And here is Valentine. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Grant. He kicks to LaVine. Markkanen. That's tipped. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bulls lead by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. And Philadelphia has possession. They host the Kings after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Taking a look at the 76ers. Šarić is out there with Anderson. Then it's Jared Bayless. And there's Fultz. And it's Johnson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Portis, the pass to LaVine. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Amir Johnson did not like that one.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now, here's Fultz. He dishes it to Bayless. And it's Anderson atop the key. Pass to Šarić. Got a piece of it.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Anderson outside. 11 feet away. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Valentine. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And now an 8-point Bulls lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Timeout called, the 76ers. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. So for the Bulls, Robin Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Justin Holiday comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's done in for Jaren Grant. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Johnson. Ben Simmons comes in for Anderson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jared Bayless. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
And here is Simmons after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Here's Embiid. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dunn dishes to LaVine. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Out left to the wing. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And the basket is good. And the Bulls lead by 10.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And there's the feed to Šarić. Passes it to Fultz. Kicks it to Simmons. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Lopez has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Markkanen. Off target from outside. The 76ers trail by 10 to the left wing. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Outside, LaVine. Lopez passes to LaVine. No good there. Simmons with the defensive effort. Philadelphia has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. From 12 feet out, they get the rebound. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And that one falls from Šarić. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Simmons against LaVine. Simmons dishes to Fultz. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
And love the high motor Fultz brings to the floor. Really puts the defense in a tough spot whenever he drives inside.
That free throw good from Fultz. And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after one season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team. And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential, could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease. Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Now here's Saric. Now the pass to Simmons. Stolen by Levine. And it's Dunn in the corner. Over Fultz. Dunn misses. The 76ers trail by 8. High post Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Markkanen. No good on the triple.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Redick kicks to Embiid. Now Fultz. Pass to Saric. 5 on the clock. The second effort, Embiid. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Here's Dunn. In the corner, it's Levine. Off target with his 3. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Now here's Simmons. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. Feeds it to Markkanen. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Simmons. It's good. This game is all even. Simmons got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, what an incredible effort from Simmons, using his length so well when he's hitting the boards.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. And Holiday kicks to Dunn. For the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Now the 76ers on the break. And the wide open shot from Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Now it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
He's really built up that assist total over the course of this game. And it's a great thing to have that kind of passing coming from a position other than the point. That ensures the ball will always be moving and nobody will be left out of the offense.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Chicago's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Look at that.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
Bulls trail by 3. Dunn kicks to Levine. And then Levine with the jam.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Embiid the screen. McConnell kicks to Saric. Inside. Here's Embiid. Another shot. And at last they get one to fall. Embiid's got 9 points here in the second half. Levine passes to Dunn. Back to Levine. Saric against Holiday. Count it, good.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Embiid the screen. Now here's McConnell. Defense right on him. Screen by Saric. Goes back up. He lays it in. And the 76ers lead by 3.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Philadelphia leading by 3. McConnell with it. Embiid the screen. McConnell kicks to Simmons. There's the dish to Embiid. Over Lopez. And again, it's Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 22.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
To the paint. Here's Holiday. Dishes it to Dunn from deep three-point range.
The only place for shots like that are in shoot-around.
See, I hate that. He definitely wasn't playing within the offense there. That's not a game shot by any stretch of the imagination.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
He has been unguardable. No one has been able to figure him out recently.
Lopez dishes to Holiday. On the wing, Levine. And it's Dunn in the corner. Misses the 3. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
McConnell and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Bulls trail by 9. Dunn kicks to Levine. And again, Chicago. No good. Philadelphia's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Screen by Saric. And Redick kicks to McConnell. Here's Embiid. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And now an 11-point 76ers lead.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the 76ers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
And stolen by Dunn. Holiday with the 3. So the 76ers win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.